Welcome to the Confessions of a Group X Instructor podcast. For group exercise junkies and enthusiastic classgoers, we'll explore and uncover authentic, thought-provoking, and heartwarming industry education and inspiration from entertaining, badass fitness pros. And now your host, creator of Warrior Rhythm, Warrior Strength, Warrior Combat, Warrior Revolution, and Warrior Kids Group fitness brands, Ellen DeWord. Here we grow.
Welcome, everybody, to Confessions of a Group X Instructor podcast. Today, we have the one and only Ted Vickey on. I feel like we should call this TED Talk. Hi, Ted.
Hey, how are you doing today?
So good. Thank you so much. We've been wanting to do this together for a year, maybe.
Yeah, it's about a year, but I'm glad to be here, and I'm looking forward to sharing with you and your listeners and your viewers really how you can work smarter, not harder by using AI.
Thank you. I have so much respect for you. I feel super honored to have met you. And you have a podcast too that I want to be a guest on. So we're going to scratch each other's backs here.
We are. It's called the Fitness Disruption Podcast. You know, my favorite word is disruption. And people hear that word and they think, that's a bad word. No, disruption is not bad. Disruption just means taking something that's not working and changing it. Like our healthcare system we talked about earlier. It's time for a disruption in the healthcare industry, and it's starting to happen now. And you're next on my list. So after this, you'll be on my podcast.
Okay. Well, that's something else that we share that we're mutually passionate about is functional medicine. So absolutely. I'm all about it. But today, we're going to talk to these amazing fitness professionals. We have also a handful of owner operators and managers on, but mostly we're talking to group fitness instructors, personal trainers, and Ted is the AI ChatGPT guru, and I've never made it to one of his sessions on the conference circuit because I'm always presenting too. So I'm here also as a listener myself. I'm here to learn as well. I've done a little bit of dabbling, actually more and more with ChatGPT. So I also want to tell you what my experience has been. I've had a couple friction points with it that I want to pick your brain about. I mostly am obsessed. It's mostly freeing up time, which is the most valuable commodity. So maybe tell us, well, actually, you have a pretty incredible resume and have worked at the White House and stuff like that. So maybe tell us a little bit about your backstory and then how you got into this whole AI thing.
Sure. You're right. I graduated from Penn State with a degree in exercise physiology, and I needed to do an internship. And I loved politics back then. And I said, hey, they got a fitness center at the White House, so I'm going to apply there. And I applied, and they brought me in as an intern under the first Bush administration. And then I went off and I worked at a consulting company in DC. And my old boss from the White House called, said, I met the man of my dreams. I'm moving to Detroit. Do you want to buy my company? I was 24, no business background. I was a scientist. I was going to work exercise physiology for the rest of my life. And I said, sure, why not? The worst thing that happens is I get fired and I could tell my grandkids I worked at the White House. But I stayed 11 years, longer than every president except Franklin Roosevelt. My dad looked that up once. But it was just a great experience. And I used to say it was all luck, but you know, we make our own luck. I was even back when I was an intern, they were vetting me to come back. I found that out later, but I stayed there for the first 4 years, and then they allowed me to grow. So I had companies. I ran companies like the Department of Commerce Fitness Center, Sylvania, Fruit of the Loom. We did all the fitness evals for the TSA employees after 9/11. But then, you know, like most of us in the industry, I realized I was taking care of other people. I wasn't taking care of myself. So I took a little sabbatical. My mother had just passed away, and to honor her memory, I moved to Ireland. Didn't know anybody. I moved to Ireland. Got a master's degree in international business. I didn't need it. You know, I was successful enough. I really wanted to golf over there. And then the Irish government approached, said, would you like a PhD? We'll pay for it. I'm like, I stay 3 more years, I get a PhD? Sign me up. So I have a PhD in engineering of all things. I can't draw a straight line. I have a PhD in engineering, really on big data, which really led into the AI work. My mom worked for IBM, so I'd always been around computers. And I, even at the White House, I was looking for ways that I could be more accessible to the president, the staff, and everybody that I work with there. So it was way back then in the early 90s that I was looking for ways to use technology to work smarter, not harder.
Way to intimidate the host of the show, damn it.
Yeah, but you know what? I can't do step touches. I can't do any. I tried. In fact, my confession is going to be around that at the end of this. But no, I wish we had known each other back then, because you would have been one of my top instructors to come in as a guest instructor at the White House.
Oh man, I wish too. I can't believe 24 years old and you got that gig. Did you have any like imposter syndrome, or you just were like, did you already adopt that this
Oh,
is
no. I still do. And everyone's like, oh, you worked at the White House. You got this company, start a new company on wellness data. I still get imposter syndrome. And anyone that tells you they don't have it, they're blowing smoke up to you know what, because I just have to remind myself that we are fortunate with what we do, being able to serve other people, and being able to get on stage now and help fitness pros learn how to work smarter. I'm of the opinion that the traditional model of personal training is broken. How do you make more money? You work more hours or you raise your prices? You can't do that. So we need to find a way to allow technology to do the things we don't like doing. I don't like doing books. Well, you can get technology to do books. Perhaps you need some help in write, like when you were doing your conference. You probably could have had people help you, write copy, write the social media posts, all of that. AI can do all that now. And it allows us to do exactly what we got into this industry for, to help other people on their path toward better health. So that's what I'm excited to talk about today.
Okay, awesome. Well, I think that people are naturally reticent to try something new, particularly in technology, even myself included. I just think we get comfortable doing our thing, and I think when I first heard about AI and ChatGPT, my natural inclination was to backpedal, and yet then we stagnate and we don't grow, and the world is changing at such a fast pace. I know that I'm going to get left behind if I don't adopt new things. So I kind of forced myself to start tinkering with it. I know there's so much more to be had. I know there's more to be done, but I did start dabbling with it, and it's really like I feel like given me what I've needed the most in this running this organization by myself, basically by myself for 5 years, is time. I need more hours in the day. I need more hours in my week. And that's what it's miraculously giving me. Like something that would take me, even an email, even if I need to write a professional email and I'm struggling with the tone or the grammar, I want to come off like such a boss and I want it to be kind but professional. So something that would take me like 20 minutes to write only takes me 20 seconds. Now I do go back. So I've used it a lot for helping me with email tone and professionalism. I've used it a lot for my podcasts, like helping me come up with titles and questions and show notes. And that has saved me so much time. It used to take me so long to write show notes. Um, let's see, what else have I used it for? Oh, my sessions that I'm submitting for idea. And, I just came back from Canada. I told you I got home at midnight last night because it was the road trip from hell on the way home. But I worked on my sessions and I threw them into ChatGPT 2 to refine them, polish them. Even my PowerPoints, like it even did PowerPoints for me. And then it asked me if I wanted handouts. I was like, yes, I do want handouts. Thank you very much. I didn't know we could do that. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I will say that I don't like when I can tell something looks, now that I do chat GPT, it has a certain look, at least like it has all these emojis and it has a certain, and I can kind of tell by the look of something now when it has been curated in ChatGPT, and I don't like being on the receiving end of that. Like if I get an email from a company and it looks like ChatGPT wrote it, I'm just kind of like, oh, this doesn't feel personal to me. So I'm taking the time to personalize whatever ChatGPT is giving me. So that's kind of where I'm at. I did pay for it. I have questions about that.
Mhm.
So what do you think about what I'm doing? Is that a good starting spot?
I think it's a fantastic starting spot. And I'm going to I'm permission to coach you if I can. I'm going to give you some ideas that you can do.
Please.
So there's a way that you can save your chat GBTs and use them over and over again. They're called GBTs. Take out the word chat. They're just called GBTs. So think of it like a computer with a specific thing. So I'm going to give you a link. I'm going to give it to your audience too. We'll put in the show notes. You can go take a 15 question quiz. You've done Myers-Briggs and Strength Finders and all those that we've done, the personality profiles.
Yeah, like the DISC assessment, that kind of
All
thing.
that.
Yeah.
So this does an assessment for you. Then it writes like you. So you could go in there and say, I want to write a blog post about golf stretching. Make it sound like me. It'll do it. But here's the beauty. I could go out and I can find 5 to 10 of your blog posts the way that you write. I could then say, create Ellen's voice and write like that. So I can decide what I want to do. Here's an example. I'm a professor. I'm very, structured as a professor. I have to have a different voice to my students than I do with you and your audience. So I have a professor voice. I have a conference voice. I have a voice that I use with my friends and family. And all I do is tell ChatGPT, write like Ted, or write like Dr. Vickey, or write like whatever. And it does it.
No way. Wait, okay, time out.
Yep.
So we have to take that 15, we have to do that 15 question quiz to get it to know us?
That's one way. The other way is go out and find your top 5, the more the better, no more than 10 writing samples. You're going to copy and paste it, put it into a Word document. Okay. You save it. You upload that to ChatGPT. One of the things you asked about the paid version, when you pay for it, you have the ability to upload documents. Okay.
Oh.
So you're going to upload that document and say, you are an expert in evaluating writing styles. Take the following example and give me specific details about this writing style. And it's going to go through, it's going to read all your writings, and it's going to come back and say, here's the writing style. Funny, engaging, easy to read. And it gives you can have a list that's, 2 pages long. That's your writing style. So you say, define this as my writing style. It will. And then the next time you go and say, in my writing style, write an article on whatever.
Oh my goodness. I didn't know that. I heard that anecdotally, I guess, that ChatGPT can eventually sound like you. And I've been like waiting for that day. And I keep using it. I think I use it every day. And I know I use it every day. And I'm like, I don't think it's doing that. So I guess it's because I haven't done that yet.
It has. It's learned about you. And I could show you. In fact, maybe next time on my podcast, I'll go through and I'll show you how to do it. But there's a way on your ChatGPT on the Plus version, go up in the upper corner and you can train it. So you're going to train your ChatGPT. Like, I'm a fan of Iron Man. So my ChatGPT is called Jarvis. He calls me Dr. V. So in the morning I say, hey, Jarvis, how are you? And Jarvis says, Dr. V, I'm great today. Let's kick some butt. And I have a conversation like this to Jarvis. There's now a way, if you do ChatGPT on your phone, you push a button and you can say, you can talk to it and it talks back. I mean, there's some things that
It talks back. It talks
yeah,
back.
it talks back.
Oh, wait, I don't
Yeah.
want to say that while I'm podcasting. It might open. Okay. Whew.
Well, you can have different voices. You can do, mine's in a British voice. It's amazing what I can do. But here's the thing. I don't want to scare anybody.
Okay.
I want you to stay basic. So
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
stay basic, and then we could grow from there. But let me give you one more tip. I've been testing this AI out. I love this. It's connected to my email. It goes through my emails, and then it writes the email for me, puts it in my draft, and then when I wake up in the morning, I go through all my drafts. I read, like, if you would have sent me an email, hey, Ted, don't forget about our podcast tomorrow, I would have got this morning, and it would have said, yeah, great. The time is perfect. I'll see you at the, whatever time. Looking forward to it, Ted. And then I go with it, send. Or I can say, I changed something in it. So it's
attached
cool.
to yours integrates with your email?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know it could integrate with your email. I just copy and paste what it does and put it in my email.
Yep. That's probably a little more advanced. I'm still playing with it, but I do the same thing. I copy and paste it all the time.
I actually copy and paste it in a Word document so that I can edit it some more. But
yeah, you're right. When you start using ChatGPT, you can tell when something's written like that. The emojis. But here's the thing. You know what? Say, don't sound like AI. Sound like a human. That simple phrase is all you need to put in there.
okay. Oh, Yeah, so do you agree? Okay, couple questions. Do you agree with me that do you see that like sounds like ChatGPT effect when you're perusing social media and opening emails and such or not?
That's a good question because I've been thinking about that a lot. If I'm teaching you how to use AI and I use AI to write my copy, or here's one for you. I've actually trained my voice so I can go in and say, ChatGPT, write me a script for this podcast. It would sound like me and you wouldn't know it. And
Dang.
it's now come out with videos. This is really me, but I could have a video of this doing that. So here's what I think. Our generation,
Yeah.
going to be a little more skeptical. Like, ChatGPT did it. The teenagers and the 20-year-olds of today, they're not going to care.
No, oh my gosh, I saw the funniest meme on Instagram. It said, I'm not going to do it justice, but it said something like, I think it says something like, eat your vegetables because your future doctors are passing their boards right now using AI.
Yep. That's one of the big things with even with healthcare is, where's the ethical boundaries when it comes to that? I kind
Yeah.
of look at it this way. Let's talk for like radiology. So you've got this doctor that sees hundreds of films every day. But what if AI could first look at it and those that it knows there's nothing wrong can approve it. But if it says, you know what, there's something funny here, then send that one to the doctor and the doctor can review it. So it's just kind of changed the way we look at it. And I was on the stage at IDEA ACSM and I was asked the question, will AI replace a personal trainer?
Uh-huh.
And I thought for a second and I said this, if a piece of technology can replace you, then it probably should.
Oh my gosh, I love that answer.
But there's a word before trainer. It's personal. What AI allows you to do is to do all the stuff that you don't like to do and
Yes.
allows you time to focus. When you talk
Yes.
about writing your emails, great.
Yes.
Uh, and there are people in academics, it's even worse because you got these ivory towers and people saying, well, you got to go through the pain and suffering of doing all this. No, you don't.
No.
I teach my students how to use AI because guess what? My job is to prepare them for their first career. If I don't do that, I'm doing them a disservice because other people are doing it. So AI is not going to replace you as a personal trainer. A personal trainer that uses AI is going to replace you.
Oh my gosh, I so agree with you. That's brilliant. Yes. Yes. Mic drop.
Bring it on.
Yeah. But I do, yeah, I mean, and those of us in fitness that have administrative tasks, that's what, like, it can't replace me teaching an in-person class. It can't do that. But it's it's the admin type stuff. Yeah.
Oh, it's all the stuff you could hire an assistant for.
That's
And
right.
look,
The virtual assistant. It's your
yeah,
virtual assistant. So
but
what do you recommend for like someone? And I agree that that we if you're listening and you haven't stepped into these waters yet, it is time. It is time. So Ted, what would be a great like first project, first step if someone's intimidated, they don't even know how? Like, what is step one?
you know what step one would be for me? Rewrite your Instagram profile using AI.
Okay.
Just rewrite it. Find something easy. It's got to be a quick win. It's like when you get a new client and you know they want to lose 50 pounds, but they got to lose that first pound first. Same thing with AI. Find an easy win. So it could be something like that. I wrote this book, The Fitness Professional's Guide to ChatGPT.
Yeah, we need that link in the show notes. Can I have
It'll
that?
be there.
Can I get
And
that?
I'm going to be totally transparent. I feel like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. This is the fifth book I've written. The other four took me 3 months to write. This book, 10 hours. Did I use ChatGPT? Yes. But everything in this book is my thoughts, and it helped me write this. I even used ChatGPT to help me become an Amazon bestseller using this book. So this is an Amazon bestseller. Hang on one sec. I got calls coming in.
I heard that. Usually
Yeah.
that's me. I usually get a phone call every time I do a podcast and it
Oh, that's all right.
rings on
We
my
can edit,
laptop.
we can edit that one out if we have to. Uh,
No, let's keep it real.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing. We're doing podcasts, we're doing videos, and these people are stressing out. Well, it doesn't look Hollywoodish. People don't want Hollywood. They want this. They want the reality of, hey, someone just called me during a podcast. Oops.
I know. My favorite podcasts are just like conversational. In fact, okay, so I'm going to toss to the for the audience's sake. I have been running around with like a chicken with my head cut off. I think probably most of you know I just led my own fitness conference. What the hell was I thinking? I don't know, but we did it and we did it right and it was a slam dunk and it was incredible. And then I had to run off to Canada. So I just got home and I was like going to pull up my oh, I knew I had this podcast with you today on my calendar, and I was like, just went and taught my classes, and I haven't even unpacked my suitcases, and I was looking for our questions, and I was looking through my sent emails, and I'm like, oh, I didn't send Ted any questions or the link for our interview today, and I'm like, that's okay. My favorite podcasts are the ones where we're just having an organic conversation anyway, and I've been like dying to pick your brain about this. So, okay, so the
Well,
first time someone
you
could,
know,
oh, go ahead.
let me be honest with that too. So, yeah, you got me the questions 15 minutes before we started. You know what I did? I put it through ChatGPT and I said, answer these questions for me. So I know what I'm going to say, but just being able to see here, okay, mention this, this, and this, it makes it that much easier. And it's going to make it that much more relatable because I am now present with you because I know what I want to say.
Right. It's that thing. It's actually like a parallel to the whole personal trainer thing. Like you can be more present because you weren't sitting there scrambling trying to think about writing down answers to the questions. And then, yeah.
It's so you know what? Let me answer the questions for you. Go ahead, shoot. I'm yours. I can answer whatever you want. We can talk about it. By the way, I'm gonna send you some copies of this book, and you're gonna pick out a winner, and I'm gonna sign one. I'm gonna send it to one of your guests,
Oh my gosh.
or your one to not a guest to one of your listeners.
Yes.
There's also if you go to my website, it's my name, Ted Vickey, Vickey.com. You can get the first chapter of this book. So you asked me, what's the first thing you should do? I think you should read the first chapter of the book. Go out,
Okay.
download it, and find it.
First step, click on the link in the show notes, download the first chapter of the book and read it. That is your step one. Also,
It's one.
do a review on the show on Spotify or Apple, or you can comment on the YouTube video. Most people actually just listen, And so that first person that writes a review is going to get that copy. So
Okay, first one. Now let's make some rules. It can't be a great show. It's got to be at least 5 sentences.
yeah,
You know
give
what
us.
you do? Go to ChatGPT and write the review.
Oh my gosh, I just did that. I
Yeah.
just did that. I just did that actually like last night at midnight. Listen to what I did. Chris Stevenson, do you know him? He's a rock
Yeah, I
star.
know, Chris.
Love him so much. He was the keynote at our conference and he was like, "Hey, can you write me a little testimonial for the keynote?" It was midnight. So I'm like he's like, "Make it short." So I said to ChatGPT, "Give me a testimonial, 2 sentences for a keynote that was engaging, professional, fun, uh, personable." I can't remember what all I said. And it was like, boom, and it was perfect. So sometimes it's not perfect. So then I'm like, again, again,
Yep.
shorter, funnier, or whatever. I try to get it to change the tone, maybe because I haven't done that 15 question thing that you told us to do. But
Well, here's another confession of Ted. On the back of the book, I have 4 people. Some of them: Brian O'Rourke, Dr.
yes,
Cedric Bryant, Trish Madden.
yes,
So they endorsed the book. You know what I did?
I know all of them. Yes.
I wrote all of these, and I said, ChatGPT, write a review for my book because it knew my book.
Mhm.
It made it very specific. I sent it to them and said, hey, you know what? Pick one of these that you like. I'll use it. And change it if you want. None of them changed it.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
Now, is that cheating? No, I think that's working smarter.
I do.
But
I had to I needed some letters of recommendation. I applied for the Idea Awards and am a finalist, by the way, again for
congratulations.
2025. I'm sad you're not going to be there. But I did similar. I was like, I wrote up the kind of like key points of my career and some highlights. And I was
Yeah.
like, I actually said, I said to them, throw this into like I didn't want them to have to spend an hour writing me a letter of recommendation because that's how long it takes. So I was like, throw it into ChatGPT, like, make it easy on yourself. Here's some broad strokes of my career.
And
So
here's the beauty of that. As a professor, I get a lot of requests for letters of recommendation.
yeah.
Sometimes I don't even remember who they are, or I don't know what they want it to be. I say, write the letter for me, send it to me, and I'll modify it.
Mm.
And it makes it that much easier. And you can customize it. Like this is for the idea award, and you can say, here's what they're looking for in the award recipient.
Oh
And
yeah.
then your letter of recommendation can highlight one of those things it's looking for.
Yeah.
There's so many ways that we can use this.
So do you think that people like do you think so many people are I do. I think so many people are going to lose their jobs. Not in fitness. I don't think so in our industry. But do you think so many people are going to lose their jobs? I do.
Here's how I think. Here's what I think is going to happen. Think back to the 1900s, where the economy was farming, right?
Mhm.
So you had a farm, and you had maybe 5 people working on that farm,
Mhm.
and then the tractor came out. So you go off and you buy a tractor, and the tractor can do 10 times as much as what those 5 farmers could, right? So those 5 farmers lost their jobs. But what happened? Now you need people to build the factories to build the tractors. Now you need workers inside the factories to make the products. Now you need companies to make the rubber for the tires. Now you need people to fix the tractors. Now you need people to sell the tractors. And guess what? All of those jobs that were created because of the tractor pay more than the person working in.
Ah, I love your answer. That's so much more positive than mine.
Are people going to lose their jobs? I'm not going to say lose. I'm going to say repurpose,
Yeah.
right? So instead of being a copywriter, you might be a copy editor. So you don't write it, but you review it to make sure it's accurate. By the way, ChatGPT. When I talk about AI, there's ChatGPT, there's Perplexity, there's Genesis from or Gemini from Google. Um, uh, Twitter has one called Gronk.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
all similar.
And Facebook even has one.
Facebook has
Yeah,
one.
tell us. Okay, wait, slow down.
Yep.
So that's you're basically saying, because I'm a novice. I'm a newbie still. I mean, I'm diving in. I'm using it every day, but so I noticed that some of my Facebook groups, but not all of, have an AI bot now in
Mhm.
there. I don't know why only some and not all. I kind of wanted to remove it, but you probably think I shouldn't, right? I probably should keep it. So then when I'm writing my email, that's Gemini, right? Gmail, is that Gemini that
Yep,
wants?
that's Gemini.
I have not tried that. I always like ignore it. Should I be?
Yeah, I do the same thing.
Oh, okay.
I did an analysis for a client, and they used Google as their email, but it came back that everyone. I think ChatGPT is the easiest from a user perspective, user
Okay.
interface. It's simple. The other ones are great, and you can try them. I mean, that's one of the things that I do. You use it for different things. So, like Perplexity, which is one I really like.
What's
Perplexity
that?
to me, think of it this way. I wanted to find a very obscure reference. So let's say I wanted to find out who was in third place in the batting title in the 1980 Major League Baseball season. Now you could Google that and you could find the answer, right? But what Perplexity does is it goes and it searches for your answer, and it comes back and gives you the answer. Oh, so and so was third in the batting season that year in 1980. So that's going to replace Google search because it's going to customize it. You're going to get an answer. You don't have to go through and scroll everything. You're going to find exactly the answer by using AI.
So, okay, how come when I am using Google and Googling something, okay, when I Google something, it does look like AI is
Yep.
answering me first. That's not ChatGPT? What is that?
That's the Google version. That's Gemini. So
That is Gemini. That's the same
that's
thing that's
Gemini.
in my Gmail.
Yep.
Okay.
So
Okay.
what it's done, it's taken your question and it's gone off and it's searched for you, and it comes back and gives you a synopsis.
And is it always accurate? Do we have to be cautious about false information or what's your feelings?
Well, it's pulling information from the internet, right? So the same thing. If you were to find a source, you want to make sure that it's a valid source. So you go and
Right.
check.
Just like,
Here's the key with that. When you do a search and ChatGPT comes back with an answer, ask it to give citations.
oh my gosh. Okay.
Give the
Right.
citation.
So if it says it's from like the CDC or, something .gov or
Go check.
Len Kravitz, like,
Yeah.
got
No,
it.
go check it. Look, think of AI and ChatGPT as like an intern, right? You would never let an intern email your entire list
Right.
without you looking at it first.
100%.
Same thing with ChatGPT. It makes mistakes. Like a while ago, I said, "Where did I get my PhD?" It said I went to the University of Yukon. I've never been to Connecticut, but it says thinks I have a PhD from Yukon.
Right.
So I was able to, correct that. It's saving time. It's not replacing me. It's allowing me to do a lot more work.
I love
I
that
still have to do that.
I love that you call it an intern. I've had one time where I got so frustrated.
Mhm.
I got to tell you about it. Well, first I got so excited and then I was like, "Ugh." It was over this worksheet thing. I was working on a session. I was having ChatGPT help me, which was amazing. Then it wanted to do a PowerPoint. I was like, "Heck yes." It was so amazing. It wanted my brand colors, the font, like it wanted to make it perfect for me. It actually asked me, "Would you like us to use your branding?" I was like, "I didn't know you had access, but yes."
Yep.
And then and then it said it was working on it and I was like, "How long is it going to take?" And they're like, "Usually 48 hours. Do you need it earlier than that?" I felt like I was literally talking to a human. Anyway, that PowerPoint came back the next day. I didn't even know where to get it. I just logged back in and I was like, "Where's my PowerPoint?" And then they popped it in there. So that was great. Then it was like, "Would you like a worksheet?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, yes, I love worksheets and sessions." So it came up with this worksheet. Well, I had the question, I actually wrote the questions for that. I actually decided, wait, this is two different stories that I'm confusing in my own brain. That one worked out fine. The worksheet was perfect. Sorry, I got confused. Then I was so excited about that. During our conference, I took the team pre-con on a hike. And I decided on the hike that we would do this like trivia questionnaire while we're hiking to kind of keep our mind off the pain of the 15 grade incline of like warrior history. And so I wrote all these really fun questions and I was like, "Yay, I'll do a worksheet in ChatGPT." So I gave it all the questions that I wanted it to. I just wanted it to make it pretty. And then and it didn't do it perfectly. Like we used the bow and arrow emoji and it used a
Mhm.
sword. So I was like, "Replace that with that." And then I was like, "Make it prettier." And it said, "Would you like us to use Canva?" And I was like, "Yes." And I was so excited. And I spent an hour trying to get it to do it right in Canva. It made it beautiful, but it had words spelled wrong. And I would be like,
Yep.
"Fix the spelling." And it would do it again with misspelled words. And I'd be like, "Fix the spelling." And it would do it wrong. And it was so pretty. It was so pretty. And then I was like, "Make me an editor of this." And it was like, "Okay." It told me what to do. Go into your Canva, add or give us your email. I can't remember. Gave me some simple instructions about how to collab in Canva, and then it wouldn't let me follow its own instructions. It told me I was breaking privacy rules, and that even though it told me to do it, it wasn't letting me. So I ended up not able. They had a beautiful worksheet, but I couldn't get it to not have spelling errors. After an hour, I gave up.
Yes.
What I do wrong? Help me.
You didn't do anything wrong. AI, it's gotten a lot better. So if you'd heard me talk last year at Idea ACSM, I would have said, do not use it. It's getting better. It doesn't see words. It just sees patterns. So you say it's fixed the word. It doesn't know what a word is. It's an
Oh,
image. So that's what it is. So what I do is I try to say, don't put any images or don't put any words in my image. Then I go into Canva and I put the image in itself. I mean, I put the words on top of the image, right? So whatever words I wanted on my image, I put them in later.
oh, okay.
Um, it's something happened to me, so I've come up with, and I like the Pixar style of like caricatures.
Mhm.
So I said, draw me a Pixar style. No, draw me a Pixar character of someone golfing. It came back and said, Pixar is a trademark. We can't do it. So then I said, draw me a Pixar-like image, and it let me do it.
Oh, okay.
So there's just ways,
Okay, there's ways
work
around.
around it. Yeah,
Okay.
there's ways to work around it. It just matters sitting there and trying it and doing it. But it goes in, like I said, you could connect your Gmail, you can connect it to Canva, you can connect it to,
Is there
uh,
anything we should be worried about doing, like privacy wise?
yes.
Like about that.
Let's, there's the question of do fitness professionals need to follow HIPAA? I say yes. So I'm never going to put a client's name on there. I'm not going to put any addresses, none of that.
Okay.
So I will create like a fake name, right? So you might be client 0042. Well,
Got it.
ChatGPT doesn't know what 0042 is. I do because I have a list over here, right?
Got it.
So don't put anything like that. Don't put, how don't connect your bank account. Don't do any of that because it's it's a very, very small chance that someone could break into it, but you just don't want to put that information out there.
Right.
It'd
Okay.
be like this, like your member files when they join, you got a stack of information like what medication you're on, who's your point of contact, what's your credit card number. You'd never leave that on the front desk of the gym, would you?
Mhm.
No. So don't put it on ChatGPT.
Even when I do use it to write emails, which I already told you I have been doing a lot of, I don't know if it's safe, so I haven't been like I have not been. So I'll type out a little email. I will keep their name out of my email, put it in ChatGPT, say make this kind and professional or whatever, and then it comes back, but I haven't even put a first name in there. I don't know. I just feel like I shouldn't, but
I think putting a first name is fine,
first
but
name,
you know what?
okay.
If you're comfortable doing it the other way, do it the other way.
Okay.
There's no right way to do it. If it makes you more comfortable and it means you're going to do it more often, do that.
So do you think I'm bombarding you? I know. Do you think the pay, so I upgraded to the I think $20 a month, I think is what I'm saying.
Yep.
And I don't know what that's giving me because I probably just didn't take the time to read. What is that giving me? I haven't noticed any difference. And so
Okay.
tell me.
You remember back in
Oh, you
our
said upload. You said it'll let me upload things?
uploads one of them. You remember back in our younger days in our 20s and we go out to the dance club and there was always that person that would go to the front of the line and they would get in because they knew somebody.
Yeah.
That's what paid does.
Okay.
So the paid version allows you to skip the line. So think of it this way.
It's like TSA pre-check.
Exactly. TSA preacher. I'm going to use that from now on instead of the club analogy. But you get to go in front and so your request is going to be put before others that are not paying, right?
Okay.
You have the ability to save your chats. You have the ability to upload the files, which is tremendous. I just uploaded. Well, here's an example. This is a 114-page book. I could upload this. Get this. I could upload this and I could create a podcast of this book with two people doing the podcast. It's all AI.
Oh my gosh. Okay. What about those folders? What are the folders? I haven't used those either. Is that part of the paid or was that always there and I just noticed?
I don't know if it's paid or not, but I like using folders for different things. So, like, remember I said that when I'm a professor, I'm in my professor mode.
Yeah.
So I have a professor that is just when I'm a professor, and I have to be the serious one. So all of my responses when I'm in there are going to have that more professional, professor-ish like qualities. I have one like when I'm doing podcast. Um, I can very easily, like if you had said, "Hey Ted, I need your bio," I could say, "Give me my bio and highlight these three things," because it knows who I am. Because I put my resume in there, put my LinkedIn there, everything is in there. It can give me a quick bio about myself within 30 seconds.
Yes.
So having the ability to for me, it's $20.
Yeah.
It's not that expensive, but you get a lot of benefit from it.
Yeah.
And it's faster.
Oh, it's
Faster.
faster. Okay. Yeah,
Faster.
I mean, if I'm using it every day, which I am, and it's $20 a month, that's less than $1 a day for a virtual assistant. Basically, it's my
Exactly.
virtual assistant. I call mine Bob. I don't know why. I call mine Bob. Okay, what else? So when you lead sessions about ChatGPT and AI at events, which I've been seeing you do all over the country and beyond, what do you have them like I don't know what you're doing in your sessions, but I've heard people come out of your sessions literally saying that changed my life. Like when my girls, I call them my girls, my instructors, when they've gone to your sessions, that is the unanimous sentiment walking out of the room is that session changed my life. So what are you doing with them in there? Is it like just covering what we're covering or are you having them actually go do things or what?
we've all been to these conferences, and there are some great instructors, but I know that you don't want to sit there and watch me for 45 minutes. So you know what I do? I open up ChatGPT and I say, tell me one of your pain points for your business. And they tell me, and then I show them how to do that. So, for
Like
example,
what?
well, here, you wanna try it right now? We could do it. If
Do
you want
it.
to share, okay. Can you allow me to share my screen?
Okay, one sec. I love this. Okay. You are officially a co-host.
Okay, so let's do this, and I'm going to share this screen. Okay, do you see my screen?
I do.
Okay, this is okay. When you sent me, here are the questions you sent me, right?
Which I got from ChatGPT.
Exactly. So it said, here you go, Dr. V, in your voice, ready for broadcast or panel use. So here's my story, right? It answers all your questions. But
Oh,
tell me something that you think one of your listeners might be having problems with. Or how about this?
okay.
How about I am a um, fitness center owner just starting out, and I don't know who my ideal client is.
Oh my gosh.
Help me figure this out.
Okay.
So those of you that are listening on the podcast, get on the video and look at this, because here's what it says. Let's reverse engineer your ideal client, Dr. V. Think of this as building your client GPS, because if you don't know who you're serving, you can't market, sell, or scale effectively. So here you go. Step one, clarify. Start with your vision, your values. What kind of fitness do you love teaching? What style of coaching? What do you not want to do? I think that's important. Like, I'm not going to pick an ideal client that I hate working with, right?
Yeah.
So it turned out when I'm teaching these in the new academy that I have, I'm teaching to female personal trainers who are willing to try technology to grow their business.
Oh, love.
So I'm being I actually call her Rhonda. Well, here, look at this. So here, look, build a client snapshot.
Yeah.
Age, gender,
Income.
income. Let me show you this. Show me Rhonda profile.
And then I have one I want you to put in when you're done.
So this is my ideal client, Rhonda, right? She's 35. She's divorced with 2 kids, 10 and 13. She shares custody with her ex. She lives in the suburb near a major city. She's a fitness trainer, a high-end gym, upper to middle class, receives some spousal support, certified trainer, some college degree in health and fitness. She goes to Lululemon, Viore, and Stylers. The soccer mom, ambitious entrepreneur, right? Time blocks, works heavily with when the kids are with their dad. Here are her pain points. Feels trapped trading time for money. Doesn't know how to scale between one-on-one clients. Wants to offer personal programs, but is overwhelmed by technology, right? So I've gone and I have this. So I can now say, would you like a one-liner or elevator pitch to attract Rhonda? Yes. Give me a one-liner to have her attend my tech sessions. On my tech sessions, once a month, I get online and I teach you how to use ChatGPT. So here you go. Hey, Rhonda, what if you could run your fitness business in half the time using just one tool? Join my next tech session and I'll show you how to do it.
Dude, that's crazy. Okay, hold on. So I want to think of one that I think this audience would be a pain point for this audience.
Yep.
Just given that the industry has shifted coming out of the pandemic, not to talk about the pandemic ad nauseum, but I really think a lot of listeners struggle right now with filling class sizes. That's one. I also think another pain point, that's the big one I want you to look up. But I will also throw out there that I think attracting the younger generation, like the next generation of fitness professionals, is a pain point for a lot of owner operator managers. But let's do the class sizes.
Okay. So here's my prompt. Since out of the pandemic, fitness pros are struggling to fill classes and the need to attract the next generation. You are an expert in psychology. So I call this prompting, right? So I'm saying you're an expert in whatever. So you could be an expert in copywriting, an expert in whatever. It's like human psychology.
Wait, what do you mean? Hold on. I don't understand why you're typing that. Are you telling ChatGPT that ChatGPT is an expert?
I'm telling ChatGPT, pretend you are an expert in human psychology.
Oh, you can tell it what I didn't. Oh, okay. Oh my
You're an
gosh.
expert in human psychology. Help me make a list of the 10 easiest things to do. So when you said your gals came out, this is what I do live. I don't
Oh
prepare that.
my gosh, this is gold.
Name the class like a Netflix series.
Oh.
Core and confidence, squat therapy, hot mess express. Ooh, that's a good one. And it tells you why, from a psychology perspective, it works. People respond better to what's easy to understand and emotionally change. Charged. Use FOMO. Bring a friend, first time pass. Let your best clients recruit for you. Bonus. Give both of them a U plus your bestie pass.
Love it.
And a smoothie. So here are 10 things that took
Gamification. Yeah,
20 seconds for us to come up with. Now, could we have come up with this list? Yes, but it would have taken us hours to do. And
Yes, it would have. Yep.
and we were like, well, that's not good. Well, here's the perfect thing. So watch this. What do you like here? Give me a number.
I scroll up again, a little higher, higher, higher. I like name the class like a Netflix series.
Okay, so watch down here. Give me a detailed outline for number one. I don't have to say what it is. Here's my outline. Here's a detailed breakdown for name that class like a Netflix series. The psychology behind it, the goals, the 4 types of class names that work, mood-based, trend jacking, benefit focused, persona driven.
Holy
Look at these examples. Hot Girl Walk Club, Core and Confidence, Endorphin Hour, the trend jacking, the Taylor Swift Stretch Sesh, Hit Flicks and Chill, Mobility Mondays, Benefit Focus, 30-minute burn and boost, lunch break lift, sweat, stress, and sesh, persona driven, moms who lift, leg day for runners, golf mobility lab. And then it gives you rewrite names.
Zen and tonic. That is so funny for yoga. Zen and tonic.
Yep.
That's
So here's some other things. This ain't boot camp. Say strong and functional. Yoga.
strong.
Zen.
It says, hold on for the audio listeners. It says strong AF, and then AF parenthetically says and functional.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, you gotta be careful with how to implement it.
Hey, it's my podcast. I don't have to be careful.
Okay.
I can say
So,
AF if I want.
No, the listeners don't put AF. If
Yeah, know your audience. Don't do that at a YMCA.
Yes.
Carry on.
So here you go. Look at how to implement. So you could say, give me. You want a Canva PDF so you can give to your instructors or use for onboarding. So in a matter of minutes, we've been able to identify one pain point that your listeners have and said, give me 10 easy things that I can do. Not hard, 10 easy things. Yeah. And I think each one of these is probably easy, right?
I do too. The other thing this little tiny exercise that took us 45 seconds, the other thing that I find it does, and it just reminded me of it just now, is it kind of unlocks some of my own creativity because it changes the way it changes my perspective ever so slightly on the situation. Even this, has my mind working in a different way now.
Would we have ever come up with an old name yoga, the new name Zen and Tonic?
Probably no. Nope.
Here, let's do this. Give me 10 more names for yoga. Stretch and let's go. Vibe and flow. Unwind and align. Stillness and sass. Flow state Fridays. Let's do this.
Flow state Fridays. Yeah. Strong, soft, sacred. Detox and recharge. Mobility and mindset. The calm down class.
Give me the official name of yours. It's Workout Warrior.
Let's say Warrior Rhythm is one of our programs. Warrior Rhythm.
I can't type it more.
No, you're still spelling it wrong. There we go.
So it's not searching the web. Let's see. What's it finding for us?
Oh, look! There's my stuff.
There you are.
There's me.
Now let's do this. Based on what you know, who is her ideal client?
Oh my goodness. Look, there I am. It knew who I was. I'm famous, Mom.
Yes, she is. So look at that. Does that look
Hold
like
on, let me
you?
look. Oh my gosh. Okay, so it says age range 30 to 50, life stage, working mom, professional, juggling work, wellness, and identity. Personality, empowered. Yes, high energy, wants depth and sweat. Feels strong and centered and expressive without being boxed into a traditional Zen yoga or
Mhm.
beast mode fitness. Yeah, it's really
That's
good.
you.
Pain points, feels bored with slow yoga. Absolutely. Burnt out from hardcore fitness. Disconnect. Yes. Music, self-expression, inner strength, group connection, female empowerment. Bam.
So look at these triggers. Empowerment language, spiritual meet strong, tribe, community appeal, multi-sensory experience. Yes. Best marketing phrase for it. This isn't yoga. This is transformation. Flow,
Ah,
move free.
that's so good. A
You want,
soul workout with sweat and sound.
you want me to do one more?
For women who've outgrown basic fitness. Ah, it's so good. Yeah.
What's your website?
Warriorinstructors.com.
www. Spell that for me.
Okay, WARRIOR instructors, INSTRUCTORS .com. Okay, there we go. Instructors plural.
Tell me who the ideal client is. So this is something that your clients or people listening to. So what I'm going to do is I'm telling ChatGPT to go to her website, warriorinstructors.com, and tell me, based on the words on that website, who is the ideal client. So
Holy cow.
if this comes back and says your demographic is a 25 to 40-year-old man with beginner fitness level, your messaging is wrong.
Yeah, right. But it doesn't. It's perfect.
No. Yep. So that's a great way that you can check your website. Make sure that you are talking to your ideal client.
Look at that. There's combat, there's strength. Oh, that's so amazing. Everybody go to YouTube to watch this. We we are what 57 minutes in. I know you have to go. Do you have any final tips for us before I like get a
Well,
con
I know I have to give
do?
something a secret about me, and here's my secret.
Okay.
When I was at the White House, I lost a bet, and I had to bring in a ballet group exercise instructor, and there's a picture of me with a tutu with pink leggings on the balance beam or balance bar doing yoga. What's that called? Plie? Yeah. You do those squat
Oh, a plie.
a plie. Yeah. I'm doing ballet
You
to
were in
the
a pink tutu doing a plie?
yes. Thank God it was before cameras were digital. So I have the only picture.
Oh my goodness. That's an amazing confession. Who would ever think you would ever be in a pink tutu?
But guess what?
What?
I'm going to send this picture to you. I can say create a picture of Ted at the White House in a pink tutu. It'll do it for you.
No, it will not. Are you
I'm going to
kidding?
email it to you, and you can send it to all the listeners. Say this is what it looks like.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Shall we do this again sometime soon?
Yes, and that you need to have me on your show too.
Yes,
Okay, so
definitely. We'll do it.
before I let you go altogether, tell us again the name of your podcast. Tell us where we can find you and follow you. Um, Tell us about your tech workshops that you do.
Yeah,
What are
the
all
tech
your things?
sessions.
Tell us
So
everything.
the first thing, go to tedvickey.com. You get a copy of the book. Sign up for the newsletter. You're going to get all the information. So every week I send out a chat GBT that you can use. The membership for the tech session or the innovation lab is what I call it. You get all of my custom GBTs like the ones I just showed here. You get all of the tech sessions replays, and any course that I make is going to be in that membership. So you can keep it as long as you want. You can go in, you copy it all, and you can quit whatever you want. But I'd love for you to stay because I'm changing it all the time. So if you do that, you can come back anytime you want. You can have me if you want me on a podcast. You want me to come in and talk about ChatGPT to your gym, your fitness center, the JCC, the YMCA, whatever you want. I'm here to help. Look, I'm on the back nine of my career. I know that. I want to help people figure out how to work smarter, not harder, and using technology is the way to do it.
That's such a great closing. So I know that I just remembered where we met. We met on LinkedIn, which is wild because I'm hardly ever there. And I am always on Instagram, and I feel like you're not as much on Instagram, but we found each other irrespective of that. So where can they follow you? Give us your Instagram, your Facebook, your LinkedIn.
It's all Dr. Ted Vickey on Twitter and Instagram. I have a page on Facebook uh,
Okay.
for entrepreneurs and fitness professionals wanting to use technology. We'll put in the show notes. Let me email the right URL
Do it.
because I hate to miss it.
Do it.
But yeah,
Perfect.
find me on Facebook. Say you want part of the group. Happy to have you.
Okay.
And look, it's a fun little community. We talk about things like this and we get on, and I try to help out. I do a member spotlight where I'll say, okay, you're on stage for 30 minutes. Help me. How can I help you? And I do that.
You're amazing. I'm so grateful for your time and energy and for the value you gave to my incredible audience.
Thank you.
Thank you. And I will see you soon, I hope, somewhere.
You will. I promise.
Okay. Bye, Ted.
See ya.
Thank you for joining in on the Confessions of a Group X Instructor podcast. If you're interested in becoming a warrior instructor, go to warriorinstructors.com. But if you want more and found this episode amazing, please give us a rating. And with a simple click to subscribe, we'll invite you back to our next episode. So remember, be brave, be bold, be blessed. And above all, listen, learn, love.